The LG U8130 model. This thing is the stuff of legends. Not only was it one of the first phones to offer a selfie camera or a 3G, video call mode, it was modern in its design. So let me just quickly show you what it's all about. But first, let's do a proper unboxing. And here it is, a bunch of things. A CD-ROM for the, software suite. Quick guide usage, booklet in Italian, because this phone comes from Italy. Another more comprehensive installation and usage guide. There's a USB connector here. Note, people, that this is a proprietary design, and this was all you got in terms of connectivity in the early 2000s. So every phone maker used their own type of proprietary device connector stuff. So there you have it. Don't complain about the micro USB and USB Type-C lack of general adaptation. There's also a wrist carrier thingy and a bunch of wires here that really represent the headphone. But surprise, surprise, this thing is supposed to have a jack port, so let's see if that's the case. Some sort of medicine here. I don't know what this thing is supposed to be, but anyway, here is the phone. Also, I forgot to show you the adapter, the power brick, but anyway, nothing interesting or out of the ordinary. Here is the adapter brick. Let's now move to the phone. Now this thing, as I've said, is quite a sight in today's world, because its camera design was supposed to be rotating. It only had one camera, and when you wanted to take a picture like this, you would place it on the back of the phone and just use it like a normal camera phone. But when you wanted to make a video call, you just switched the camera module, which swivels on this. It tumbles like a barrel, and you just get it up front. But before we get on any further with taking an in-depth look at this phone, let me just switch to the table view, because I can show you details better. So even though this phone is modern looking and quite interesting, it didn't shine in terms of performance. It was launched in 2004. It's a feature phone. It only offers a color screen, a TFT LCD of 2.2-inch diagonal, and a VGA sensor that's 640 by 480 pixel resolution, which is quite weak. This innovative design is all that's sketchy about the phone itself. It's not a smartphone, it's a feature phone. It only offers polyphonic sounds and a color screen, and I guess that's about it. Let's see if it has a mini SD card or stuff like that. No, it doesn't have a memory card. It's only a single SIM, and it's quite compact at 95.7 millimeters by 49.5 by 23.7 thick. This phone belongs to my good colleague Vlad, and a great friend to the channel. Thank you for sharing this phone for review. Link to his channel right about here. Go check it out. He's a great guy and offers interesting videos. Before we get on any further, let's try to turn it on and see what we get out of this thing. So there we are. The phone is starting up. Now, The thing you need to understand about phones like these back in the day, and Vlad has already confirmed this to me, you really couldn't get them in Romania, not because this is a funny, quirky design or it was mind-blowing or anything like that. We just didn't have them. You had the option to go second-hand. You had the option to buy a new phone from a carrier, which was highly expensive, or you could just try to grey market import stuff like this one. So that's what my friend did, and it made quite a sensation with the he made quite a sensation with this thing during high school, and you know, the flippy camera was out of this world, really. You could have made quite the impression back then with a phone like this. Back then meaning about 2006 to 2010, late-ish. By 2010 we got really serious phones and better deals, and well, the market was flooded with offers and interesting prices and, well, stuff like that. But until then, you really didn't have much of a choice in our country. So before we turn on the device once more to see if I can get some clips on the menu itself, here's the innards, here's the inside of the phone. Quite a strong battery. I charged it today. It had no problem holding power. It's not swollen. Let's see if it's a lithium ion or not. Yeah, it's a lithium polymer battery. I don't really know what that technology is, but though I have heard of it in mobile phones. It is reasonably big at 1400 milliamps for a feature phone. That's quite okay. Here is the back of the phone. Now, in terms of construction also, I can tell you that although this is very well made and put together and the plastics are of an okay quality, I would call them premium for 2004, but not for today. I'm not really a fan of classic clamshells. I'm more of a fan of sliders like the SL55 from Siemens or stuff like that. I find this design to be overly generic and lacking in any drama whatsoever. Let me just try to put the battery back. But really, those are just my 2 cents on the matter. It doesn't mean that this phone is ugly or really not a great looking device anyway. So nice design feature right here. It's got a safety spring mechanism that if you bend it, in the case that you bend the phone over its intended course of swivel, it will safely get back to its initial position. Of course, if you try to force it too much, you will break it, but this is just about what permits you to bend it accidentally without damaging it. So let's try to turn it on again and see if I can get a shot with this exquisite camera in the front. This might take a while because it starts up quite slowly, but it will get there. So here we go. I have managed to turn this thing on and see if I can get a picture of it. Let's try the multimedia button or section of the menu or whatever. Here it is, the video camera. I pressed OK, and I am curious as to what will happen. Okay. Come on. Start, why don't you? Alright, so here we go. And you can see my, well, my strange looking face in a halo of light due to my studio make-believe setup. Hey there. Let's just try to take a pic and see what's what with this phone. So I pressed the take. Here we go. Okay, so the picture itself, well, let me just try to zoom in so you can see the quality of the picture. So naturally you couldn't expect much and you didn't get much, you don't get much here, but as a gimmick for 2004 or 2006 or thereabouts, I think this really did the job in turning heads. You would just do a Born identity movement here, a matrix-like movement or a Bond-style maneuver, and just switch your rear-facing camera to front-facing unit. It also offered this run-of-the-mill typical monochrome display on the front for showing quick notifications like SMS and clock and date and whatever, battery status, though I'm pretty certain you could not you couldn't really read notifications, just get them. So no specific SMS text would show, just a notification informing you of that received message. There's also a flash here. And well, I guess that's about it. My thoughts on the phone itself, even though I'm not a huge fan of these classic clamshell Motorola StarTAC like designs, to me it looks like a generic plasticky phone from the 2000s. I will concede that this rather interesting tumbling looking camera device on it makes up for all the lack in drama. It's a 3G phone, so should you consider this a collectible item? Well, you bet your bottom dollar you should. It's quite the conversation starter even now, and think of what sensation this thing will make in 10 years' time. Is not necessarily an investment, as the materials are not premium, and I don't think it will fetch anything mind-blowing on the second-hand novelty market like eBay or sites like that one. So even the clamshell movement is not that premium grade, and it slams quite hard, though in its defense it is quite resistant in its folded configuration. So I guess that's been it for me and this rather quirky and quaint looking LG U8130 model. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and remember, I mostly buy and collect useless, quirky, obsolete tech stuff like this one, so you don't have to. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.